All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning. Good morning, all you WITIA members out there who are joining us on this lovely day in September. Welcome to the webinar, Getting the Most Out of Your WITIA Membership to Increase Your Networking Power. My name is Mary Mahan-Jones, and I'm your moderator for today, and thank you so much for joining us. I'll just start by telling you a little bit about WITIA. I know you're already members and probably know quite a bit, but so this is a quick review. WITIA is a global organization and it's nonprofit, and a lot of people don't know that WITIA is completely volunteer run. The board and the committees do all of the work themselves as volunteers. We have members drawn from all corners of the earth, and our mission is to provide a medium by which tourism professionals all around the world can come together to share ideas, career and business opportunities, good works, and of course friendship. Today you will have an opportunity to learn about some of the ways in which you can take advantage of your WITIA membership to increase your worldwide networking power. We're pleased that we have WITIA members joining us from all over the globe today, either today or yesterday when we actually did this for the first time. And I'd like to give a special welcome to one of our gold sponsors, who's Eileen Miller from Worldwide Printing Solutions. Eileen has been a WITIA supporter for many years, and she sponsors many of our printing needs, like our cards and our brochures and so forth. So thanks, Eileen, for all your work, and thanks for joining us today. Today on our agenda, we have 5 items. One is a welcome from our president, Judy, and the second one is talking about the WITIA website. Third one is a new program for WITIA called the Willow program. We're going to go into that in some detail. And then we're going to talk a little bit about WITIA's social media sites and how you can make use of those as a member. Finally, at the end, our formal presentation will end and we'll have some questions and answers. A quick note on logistics for the webinar. You are all muted, the audience is all muted, but we do welcome your questions. We'd ask you to type your questions into the chat tool at the bottom. And we will answer questions at the end of the formal presentation, which will take about 25 minutes in all. So we'll probably have 5 to 10 minutes after for questions. Sometimes there's a little bit of a delay on the slides, so just bear with us. It's just all about the internet and so forth. So let's just take a moment here to talk about our presenters for today. Judy Berry is our president. She's going to be speaking first, followed by Wendy Lange-Feria, who is our communications director. Susan Boras is our Willow program coordinator, and me, Mary Mahan-Jones. I'll be moderating, and I'm the past president and social media director of WITIA. So let's start with Judy Berry, who is a WITIA president, and she hails from Scottsdale, Arizona in the USA. Over to you, Judy.
Thank you, Mary. Welcome, everybody, to WITIA's inaugural webinar. As an international networking alliance, WITIA's goal is to globally. WITIA has members throughout the world. We have 4 directors of marketing serving members directly in Australia, Asia, the Americas, Africa, Europe, and the Middle East. We have a board of directors and a committee. They oversee the business of the alliance. All are volunteers. We meet monthly via Skype from opposite ends of the world. WITIA offers its members many opportunities for networking. Every member has a personal page on our website. This is dedicated to them and their business. This membership listing may be viewed by members for networking via a very simple login. You can then communicate by email or just give them a call. This is a great way to get first-hand information from a trusted member throughout the world. You may also meet and network in person during our annual WITIA AGM and Educational, held in a different country each year. This year we're meeting in historic Philadelphia, And next year, we're going to be meeting in awesome Sri Lanka. WITIA has a Facebook page where you can connect, you can have a dialogue or ask questions, a blog where we really welcome members' input, a LinkedIn group, and also a Twitter account. We're working to expand and encourage the use of these social media opportunities for you, our members. You may also work directly with a member through our Willow program of mentorship. Our website keeps you up to date on WITIA happenings. Plus, we have 2 email publications, WITIA Works, our Alliance newsletter, and WITIA Networks, where members share their events, promotions, or their tour opportunities. As you've just heard, we are dedicated in our efforts to make networking easy and accessible for you. To make it work, we need all members to become involved and make the commitment to join in one or more of our networking opportunities. It is important to remember that networking is building long-term relationships for your business as well as yourself personally. WITIA is the perfect place to build those relationships. I want to personally thank you for joining us today and enjoy the rest of our webinar.
Thanks,
Jerry.
Okay. Thanks, Judy. That was great. Next on our list of presenters is Wendy Langeferia, who is WITIA's Communications Director. Wendy hails from Ontario, Canada, and she's going to talk to us at this point about the WITIA website. Over to you, Wendy.
All right, thanks, Mary. All right, hi everyone, it's Wendy here, and we're going to take a look now at some of the great features of the WITIA website and how it can help you. We're going to talk about logging in and logging out. We're going to talk about blogging, the events tab, and the database. These are all features available to you as a member. Okay, we'll move on to the next slide. As a member, you can log into the WITIA website and access different features that are just not available to the general public. So this is a member added benefit. And next slide. You can look for other WITIA members, searching by country, business type, or name, and you can also communicate directly with them, either by sending them an email directly to the database, or perhaps by communicating with them by normal telephone. You can update and make changes to your personal profile page that Judy already mentioned. You can review WITIA reports and documents, and a really exciting feature I find is that you can create your own blog using WITIA. But let me underscore this. In order to do any of these things, you do have to be logged into the website. And one thing I'm going to point out right at the onset is that if you would like step-by-step instructions on how to use any of the features I speak about today, like if you're like me and like to see exactly how things work, you can go to the video series that I've created on YouTube, and you can do that either by entering the search term Women in Tourism International Alliance Videos. You can access the URL directly, which I actually have on my second to last slide today, or you can also just go to the WITIA webpage, and on the top right hand corner there's a YouTube icon, and that will take you to all of the videos I've produced. I think I have 5 up there right now, and that'll probably be a growing series. Okay. Now, how do you do this? Just if you prefer just the visual picture, I have a picture up here about logging in. From the home page, all you do is you enter your email and address in the little box where it shows the picture, and that's pretty simple. If you forgot your password, you just click on the link, as you can see in the picture there. But again, if you want detailed instructions, I would look at the video. Okay, let's move on to the WITIA blog. The WITIA provides you with the opportunity to post a blog. Blogging is a fantastic way to share with other WITIA members interesting travel knowledge and experiences. And a really big plus is that whenever I see a new blog, I try to point people to that blog via our various social networking sites. So it increases your exposure as well. Blogging is also a great way to brand yourself, and just a couple quick tips I'll give you about blogging. The best way to blog is to provide quality content. Selling your services directly on a blog rarely works, and trust me, I've seen a lot of people who try to do this, and at best they turn people completely off and people never want to talk to them again. But what does work is telling stories about your own experiences. Talk about your own opinions and ideas about something. Invite the opinions and ideas of others. On top of that, if you can make it really fun and easy to follow, you are on the right path to successful blogging. The whole idea behind social media is, well, being social. Really leverage this feature. It does work. It's a great feature. And as you can see on the screenshot here, that's one way you can access the latest WITIA blog. And on the next page, I just have a screenshot of what the form looks like if you want to comment on a blog, an existing blog post. And on the next page, oh, what do I have there? That's the comment. Did I miss a page there? Yes, I did. Go back one more. And oh, to create a blog, that's the sentence you would click on under the WITIA page there. Okay, so let's just move back down to the WITIA. Let's move on to the WITIA events now. I think it's the next slide down. Yep, there we go. Okay, the tab at the very top that's highlighted in pink, that's the one you would click if you want to look at the WITIA events. Now this tab is the one you're going to want to access in order to find out about current events happening in WITIA and others in the travel tourism world. From this page you can find out about different events on our calendar that you might be interested in. You can also promote events which maybe you know about, or in fact maybe you're even hosting something you think would be of interest to others around the world. If you know of something happening in your area, please send an email to our website director, that's Beryl Lay, and her email address is website@witia.org. The WITIA events calendar is very much dependent on you, our members, to generate the content for obvious reasons. And under the Events tab, you're also going to find specific WITIA-related events, such as the upcoming educational tour, some of our past event reports, and in fact, if you go on there today, you'll even see this webinar, because obviously it's an event. Okay, let's move on to the database. This is a really powerful feature we have in WITIA that's available only to you as a member. And here is a place that you can connect with other WITIA members from around the globe. You can find out who other WITIA members are who maybe live in your area or who happen to share the same area of expertise. You can also reach out to other WITIA members maybe when you visit their region. Now, from what I've heard, there have been some great friendships that have been taking place among some of our members by just taking time to check out who the members are of the region or country that they're visiting. And I'm sure you're all asking now, how would you do this? Well, all you do is you search for WITIA members on our database, and then you can send them an email directly from the database system, and then they can respond to you. Or sometimes members on their profile page will have information about their website and maybe their telephone number and maybe a private email sometimes. So on the right hand, or sorry, not on the right hand side, just the picture in front of you on the screenshot, you see what the database search item looks like. Okay. So some of our key points, just to take away with you today. To fully realize your membership benefits, it's definitely worth your time to log into the WITIA website. Using our WITIA blog is a great way to build your brand. Hosting events not only increases your visibility, but this is a great way to inform your colleagues of events that may be helpful to them. And using the database to network with other WITIA members is a great way to cultivate new business opportunities. As I mentioned earlier, I've created a video series of step-by-step instructions on how to access and use the WITIA website for each of these tasks. So if you have any problems at all or have any questions about this, you can access this site at the URL address at the next page here, or just go onto the home page and click on the YouTube URL, and you'll be taken to the site or the video channel for YouTube that has all of our videos. I really encourage you to check that out. In fact, the videos are organized by topic and they're quite short and snippy so that you can access just what you need when you need it. You're also most welcome to contact me. My coordinates are right here on this slide. So thank you very much, and over to you, Mary.
Great. Thanks very much, Wendy. That was wonderful. I'm going to move on now to Susan Boras, who is WITIA's Willow Program Coordinator, and she hails from British Columbia, Canada. Over to you, Susan.
Thanks, Mary. Susan here. Good morning, everyone. I'm happy to be able to share with you our new Willow program. And when we were looking at this program, we found it really evolved to include a number of ways to help our members connect, communicate, and grow. And when we talk about growing, we're not only talking about you professionally, yourself, but also for your network. So what we'll cover over the next few minutes is how you could actually leverage this program and the benefits you can get from that, options on how to connect and build that network, and also how to get more information if you have more questions. So when we were looking at creating this, we're thinking, who could this actually benefit? And really, when we thought about it, regardless of your situation, whether you're settled in your career, in your industry, or you're going through a job change, maybe you're starting a new business, no matter what your situation is, you can leverage our global connections through this program so that you can meet all your networking goals. I want to just emphasize that we do have this worldwide network of like-minded professionals, and the opportunities for us to connect are endless. So let's talk about a few of the benefits that you could actually get from this program. For example, if you're going to be traveling on business, or you're actually maybe moving across the world to a new country, we can help you make those connections. Another way that we can help you, if let's say you're working on some sort of networking initiative or you're doing an event, we can help connect you so that you can get mutual support, share different ideas and perspectives of individuals or WITIA members that have actually done something like that before, and they could help share that. As Judy mentioned earlier, one of WITIA's mandates and promises is to really give you an opportunity to build new and lasting friendships. And through these connections we can offer you, that's a great way to start building that foundation. So you really get to decide how you use this program. There are various options on how to participate, and we can help you make those connections. So from a more casual coffee meetup in a one-on-one, for example, to advertising or helping you connect with other WITIA members for networking events that you're planning, or even something that's more structured like our mentoring program, we really have you covered. So I'll just go into, for example, how we can help you connect, let's say for the one-on-one networking events and the one-on-one meetups. Judy and Wendy did a great job in talking about our WITIA member database, so I'm not going to go back and review that, but just know that this database is such a wealth of information. Whenever you're looking to reach out, that is a great place to start. Another valuable resource that I think people sometimes forget about is your region's directors of marketing. They have a vast knowledge on the ground in their region, and they are great connectors. And so I would encourage you to also reach out to them. They would be happy to connect you with others. If you're looking for a more structured program that is geared more towards your professional development skills, for example, I would recommend the mentorship program. Now, the mentorship program, if you aren't familiar with it, it usually consists of two people, a mentee and a mentor. And a mentee is someone, if you're in a position where you are looking for assistance or guidance, as maybe you're wanting to prepare yourself for a new position, you'd like to get promoted, you're moving to a new country, you're switching jobs within the industry, you may be looking for some assistance. So you would enter the program as a mentee. Now, a common question we get asked regarding this program is, if I get involved with this program, get me a job. And I would just like to clarify that this program is not a job search or a recruitment program, but rather one that helps support your active learning and your lifelong professional development. Now the other side of that relationship is the mentor. And if you're someone that has a lot of experience in your area, perhaps you have a specialty that you would like to share, and if you really enjoy giving back and working with other individuals, you might want to join the program as a mentor. And your role is really to help facilitate the mentees' growth so that they can actually reach the goals that they have set out for themselves. So if you know already that you would love to join this program as either a mentor or a mentee, I highly encourage you and I invite you to apply to the mentoring program. And we do have a process in place where you would go online, fill out an application, and once we receive your application, we will notify you when a good mentor-mentee match can be made. Once that happens, we will then introduce you via email, and if you think that that's a great match, then you have an opportunity to take it from there. And you never know, something wonderful, this could be the start of something wonderful. I know for myself, being on both the mentee and mentor roles, I've made some lifelong friendships from that. The one thing I would like to say is if you've never done this before, please don't worry. We have created a whole series of resources and tools and templates and frequently asked questions. We are there to help you make this a successful relationship. So for more information, whether it's for the casual one-on-one meetups that we could help you with, or helping you connect for your networking events, or even for the mentoring program. If you have any additional questions, we do have a fact sheet that's on the website, or please, I invite you to reach out to me directly. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. And I just want to let you know, if you're feverishly trying to write down all this information, Mary, I just want to confirm that they will have access to this PowerPoint presentation, will they not?
Yes, on the WITIA website.
Excellent. So with that, I will wrap up and pass it over to you, Mary, and I welcome all of your comments and questions. I'd be happy to help. Over to you, Mary.
Yes, in terms of the recording going up on the website, just give us a couple of days because it just takes us a while to get it up there, but it will definitely be up there, and it'll be a great review for folks who are trying to take notes. Okay, I'm going to move on now to talking about our WITIA and social media, and we're back to Wendy again. So over to you, Wendy, to talk about social media.
All right, thanks a lot, Mary. All right, so to start with the first slide on social media here, WITIA has 3 basic social media outlets: Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. And honestly, I haven't had a chance to add this to the slides yet, but I would actually include YouTube in this, even though we're just starting out in that direction. Social media is another way for you to really maximize your membership benefits, and so that's what we're going to talk about. So just to whet your appetite a little bit, we really started using social media, and a couple of facts that are quite compelling and you might want to know about is over 1 billion people use Facebook every month. I was just looking at these statistics this morning, so I thought I would share them with you because I think they're pretty cool. Twitter boasts over 554 million active users around the world. LinkedIn has over 200 million active users. And just for fun, I also looked up YouTube because we're just starting to enter this space. There are apparently, according to YouTube, there's more than 1 billion unique users on YouTube each and every month. There are more than 6 billion hours of video watched each month on YouTube. And thinking about that, that's just about an hour for every person on Earth, which I thought was quite astounding. Anyways, this isn't to advertise any of these specific things. I was just astounded by some of those numbers. I thought I'd share them with you. So I guess it's accurate to say that social media is alive and well, and definitely well worth your energies to engage in, and especially in this case through WITIA. So let's start with Facebook. WITIA is on Facebook. You can search for Women in Tourism International Alliance on Facebook, and please do take the time to like our page, and then you can see our photos and share in some of the little discussions that go on there. Facebook is really a great place to engage with others on WITIA. We try to keep on adding interesting ideas and pictures that are relevant to travel and tourism. And if there's any specific information you might be looking for or a special type of contact within the travel tourism world, this is a good place to start as well. You can definitely pose your questions on Facebook, and a number of our WITIA board members definitely participate on this forum. Next page. As I just mentioned, you can find all sorts of industry tidbits on Facebook, and I certainly invite you to join in the conversation. You can see personal and business travel photos, as I just said, business links, about travel industry articles, and just generally join in the conversation. And stay on this page for a moment. You can view content that's posted by our board of directors. Sometimes we have photos of specific WITIA events, notices, invitations, and links to our newsletters. And we have a paper lead that goes out. And sometimes I put a link there to our paper lead, which sort of gathers the travel and tourism industry information around the web, and it puts it into one neat little newsletter. So you can take a look at that there as well. All right, moving on to Twitter. Next page. WITIA is very active on Twitter as well. All you do is to search WITIA Alliance 2 on Twitter, and of course, or else you can type in the above URL. And if you're a Twitter user, please do follow us, and we will try to return the favor by following you. Next page. Okay, yep, good. Twitter is a form of microblogging. You can post up to 140 characters at a time. So short tidbits of information are what you'll find here. We post industry links and retweet items that may be of interest to others who are following WITIA. So if you know of a conference or maybe an interesting event happening in your area related to travel and tourism, you can tweet about it, and it's possible we'll also retweet your message to our other WITIA followers. And of course, that increases your own sphere of influence, which is fantastic. We're also on LinkedIn page. Thank you. It's kind of a professional version of Facebook. All you do is search for WITIA under the group search item of LinkedIn. Do join our group for some interesting discussions on the topic of travel and tourism. And I also invite you to connect with me on LinkedIn. I like to do that personally. I think that's a great way of connecting and getting to know each other a little better. Once you do join this group, I really encourage you to take the time to introduce yourself to the group using a new discussion topic. I have found that the best way to use social media is to really engage. Don't just join a group for the sake of joining a group, but participate in discussions of interest. Check out the LinkedIn profiles of other members and connect with those you like to connect with. And as an aside note, I hope I'm one of those that you'd like to connect with. Add items to the promotions tab if you have any special promotions to offer. And certainly, if you know of any jobs or contracts that members may be interested in, please do share this type of information on LinkedIn. In fact, I've been getting a lot of queries from people asking about jobs if I know of anything through this venue, just personal emails. And so I think, if you have information like that, please do share it. The key to LinkedIn and arguably social media is to be as helpful as possible. People who merely advertise their services using LinkedIn are the ones who tend to serve or tend to annoy other group members. And indeed, I've been part of a number of groups where some members just want to sell, and eventually they're kicked out of the group because people that's not really the purpose of LinkedIn. But by showing that you are a professional and an expert maybe in the area, by contributing to the discussions and providing interesting, useful information, you really start to position yourself as a thought leader in your area. And people like to follow thought leaders, and they'll check out your profile. And people tend to like to do business with people they like. So if you can get people to like you sort of just by being as helpful as possible, you'll get a lot further. So, and using social media is really about building connections. So that's just what I want to kind of point out there. Just a little bit more, you can search for people to connect with, look at jobs that people may be posting in a group, because there's a couple of different tabs on the groups menu. Join the general discussions, once you join the group, of course. And that, in a nutshell, is a segment on social media. And again, the only thing I'll say about the YouTube piece is that we are going into the YouTube sphere, and we do have some YouTube videos now on the WITIA website if you just click on the YouTube icon. And that's about all I have to say on that, so I'll turn it back over to you, Mary. Thank you very much.
Sorry, I muted myself there. So thank you very much, Wendy. That was a great presentation. So we're on to the next slide. Basically, it's your turn, and we're wondering if you have questions. And I have see some questions have been entered into the question category here. I'm just checking the chat category too to see if there's anything there. So one of the questions that's coming forward is the WITIA blog visible to non-members? And I think that's something that is really worth emphasizing, the fact that if you make a blog entry in there, as a member you only get to make an entry, but as a member of the public they can go in and look at these blogs all the time, and it's a great resource for the public to go in and get behind the scenes intel from people from within the industry about what are some of the really cool places to go in the world. So that's a really good point. Wendy, did you want to add to that at all from your perspective? We were talking about the blog earlier.
Yeah, the only thing I would add to that, Mary, is that whenever somebody does post a blog, like as a member, you're the only one who can post a blog. However, yes, it is visible to anybody in the public, and I definitely try and point anybody on social media to that blog. So yes, it's visible by anybody who wants to see it.
So great resource. Thanks for that question. I have another question for Susan. Let's say someone's moving from the United States to Kenya and wants a job in tourism and doesn't know anybody in Kenya to talk to about it. How can WITIA's Willow program help her make that connection?
The very first thing I would suggest is to go to the member database and do a search. That is a great way to start to see who's in the region where you're planning to move to. Again, another thing that I might suggest is that you reach out to the regional directors of marketing. And once you actually make some connections, if you actually think that someone that you connect with, you would like to get involved more on a mentorship role where they are actually helping you develop your career once you get there, then certainly I would suggest the mentorship program, and we could help you set that up so that you have more structure to it. But again, I would look at the member database, reach out that way first and see who is there, and most certainly if you have any questions, direct them to me and I will help see what I can do to make those connections and a smooth transition for you.
Great, thanks very much. And also we should also mention that, and I know you said this earlier, but maybe I'll just underline the fact that we also are looking for qualified mentors, people who have been in the industry for a long time and are willing to give back, as Susan said earlier, and share their expertise. So that's another aspect to be thinking about. We need, WITIA is such a great organization in that we have a tremendous number of people in the industry who have a lot of experience, and that's a global scope in terms of experience. So it's great to be able to tap into that. Wendy, here's one for you. Let's say that I live in Australia and I'm putting together a tour in California for Australians, and I'm looking for someone to connect with that is reputable, a reputable receptive tour operator in California. How can WITIA help me do that?
Okay, well, I think what I would do in that kind of a situation is I would start maybe by looking into our database, and I would do a search by country first of all. And WITIA does allow you to search not only by country but by state. So I would look up California and put in that topic and just see what comes up, and then I'd investigate whoever comes up there. I can also investigate by tour operator, and I would start there, and then to sort of look into that a bit further, I think I would reach out to the Director of Marketing for the Americas. In this case it's Beverly Auerbach, and talk to her because she knows a lot of the people there. She might be able to advise you. And I think that's where I would start. And in terms of the social media component, because I'm going to tie those two together, I would probably look up that tour operator and then look up on the internet via LinkedIn perhaps, find out a little bit more about them, maybe reach out to them that way. And then I might even go a step further and I might look on the web and do a search as to what other people are saying about them. And yeah, so I guess sort of a whole bunch of different things you can do there, but you can certainly use WITIA as a starting point and then branch off from there. That would be my recommendation.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm just checking to see what the question's like right now, and it looks like we just had those questions. So I think what I'll do is bring us to the end of our webinar and just remind you that we will be posting a copy of the presentation on www.witia.org, which you can access there. And it'll be up there in a couple of days, and it's a great refresher along with the tutorials that Wendy was speaking of earlier that help you use the website a little bit more effectively and overall to be able to use WITIA as your tool for worldwide networking. Thank you all for your participation. It's been great, and I just hope to see you at a future educational or through one of our programs. Thanks very much for joining us today.